That was a lot. No, I'm not talking about the hardware. What I'm talking about is editing that particular intro. It took a lot of time. So, thank you for being here. Hi, my name is Abhishek. And in the last video, I talked about my home lab with the software perspective. And the comments which I got is why not show the hardware part of it? So in this video, I'm going to show you the hardware which I'm using for my home lab. It's not much, just a consumer grade hardwares, some of it, but I'm going to talk in details about how it is working together, what things I'm using and how I'm using it. So yeah, let's get started. So this right here is my power distribution unit. This one has all my power cables and the connections which I'm hiding. This is just a box which I have got from Amazon for cable organization. So and this one is the UPS. So the reason why I'm using UPS is two. First, obviously, it has the power backup, and the second thing why I'm using UPS is the electricity which comes out of UPS basically is more cleaner than the electricity which we have out of wall outlet. Reason being that the electricity is being converted to DC, and then again the DC is being converted to AC. So if there is any kind of power fluctuation or any other thing which happens with electricity, this will give me more stable power for all the switches and routers and things like that. So ideally, it could have been an online UPS that could have been even better. But I don't have the online UPS. So this is something which we call offline UPS, which gives you power on battery as soon as the electricity goes down. The online UPS gives you continuous battery power into your system. So even if the electricity goes down and if there is not even a nanosecond of fluctuation. So it's obviously better, but I only have this offline UPS which I am using for the power distribution. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So right above the UPS and the cable management box, what I have is my internet routers. So as you can see here, I have two routers. Both of them are from Airtel. The first one is the Airtel Fiber. So this one is the Airtel Air Fiber, and this one is the Airtel Fiber. So difference is that this one has a box on my rooftop which uses a 5G connection, and this one has an actual fiber connection coming in. The problem with Airtel or any other provider in India is that you don't get to have your own settings. So you cannot flash the firmware, you cannot have your own settings, you cannot change the DHCP or any sort of configuration. So it is very restricted. And the other thing which I think is a problem is that the router has something they call TR069 client built in. So what that gives Airtel a privilege to be able to log in into my network remotely and troubleshoot it. This is good for a normal consumer, but for me, it's a problem because I do not want any service provider to be logging into my network and seeing what kind of devices I have connected, how the data is flowing, and anything. So basically, these do not give you any sort of control on your data. The only thing this gives you is you have an internet, and then they are able to troubleshoot it easily. So if it's for the normal use cases, then it's good, you can use it without any problem, and these are very good routers. So this one has a gigabit LAN and a gigabit WAN option as well, so you can have pretty good network. And then this is also a 802.11 AC, I believe, so you can have up to 800 Mbps of Wi-Fi link from these router. So, okay, so because of those problems, which I said, first of all, they are able to log in into this router. And the second of all is that I do not have any sort of control over this. So what I have done is I have done a little bit of hackery. So it's just a kind of workaround where I'm using this one as a normal router because I cannot change it. This one has a optical fiber insert, so I cannot have this fiber go anywhere else. So that's why I'm using it as a normal router. And you can see that I have one output from here. So one yellow cable coming from the LAN port. And that output goes into my actual router. So this TP-Link router, this is the connection which is coming from this Airtel fiber connection. For the Airtel Air Fiber, what I have done is I have seen that the device which is on the rooftop also acts as a router. So they have dual router. This one also act as a router, and then the top one also act as a router. So you get two NAT, which is network address translation. That is a problem for me. I do not want my network to be translated, but this is how the whole ISP works. So what I have done is instead of, and this one is the PoE unit. Let me show it very closely. So this one is a PoE unit. PoE unit, what it does is it's a power over Ethernet. So basically it gives power to the device which is on the rooftop. And then after that, there is a LAN cable coming out of it. Normally it goes into this device. So then this device takes the internet which is coming from the rooftop and then distributes it on your local network, act as a AP and router and everything. What I have done is I have taken the output from this PoE unit, and instead of sending that cable to this router, I have sent that cable into the TP-Link, sorry, Amanda router. So what happens essentially is now my Amanda has two WAN connection, one coming from the rooftop device, which is for this Airtel Air Fiber, and the other one coming from this Airtel Fiber, which is the actual wired connection. So these are the two WAN connections which I have. And the other wire, which you can see the white one, this is the LAN cable. And this one is coming out of my router and this is going into this AP. So as I said, the firmware is pretty restricted. So I cannot change the firmware. But what I have seen is it is possible to just have any internet as long as the internet provides a dynamic IP plugged in into the LAN port 4. So LAN ports on the device are numbered. So LAN port 4 basically takes any internet as long as it's a dynamic IP or connection. It will take it and then it will treat it as a normal WAN connection coming from Airtel. So what I have done is the white cable goes into LAN number 4 of this device. So this device basically thinks that, okay, whatever is coming on LAN number 4 is the actual internet. And then it does all the things which it is supposed to do. So that's why I have this router doing the load balancing between the air fiber and the Airtel fiber connection. And then once the load balancing is done, the load balanced internet is coming out of this white connection. And this is going into this Airtel router come AP. And then it treats it as a normal internet. So all the devices in my house which are connected to this device is going to take that internet which is already load balanced using this TP router. So the benefit of that is if I have any of the internet going down, so if the air fiber is not working or if the Airtel fiber is not working, I won't get any connection drop in my local network. So the local network still will have the same internet, a stable one. Either it can be a 200 Mbps which is coming from here, or it can be 100 Mbps which is coming from my wireless connection. But either way, it is not going to think that, okay, I have the connection drop. There is no connection drop because the load balancer is doing the trick. Okay. Next thing is because this router has restriction on the firmware, uh, I cannot use this TP-Link router as my DHCP server. So what will happen is anything which is connected to the TP-Link will get a DHCP IP address from the TP-Link, and then anything connected on this router will have a different IP address because this one already has a DHCP server built in. So what I have done is the next AP, which is on the ground floor of my apartment. So that AP has the connection coming out of this particular router. So basically, all the devices are on the same DHCP because that particular router has the DHCP turned off. So all the devices are on the same DHCP connection. All of them have consistent IP address, and then all of them are on gigabit network. That is one of the reason why I haven't switched the Airtel router. The reason being that this router is 800 Mbps 802.11 AC, and the router down below on the lower ground floor is also 802.11 AC. I can buy these router from the market, but in market, if you go for 802.11 AC router, those are going to cost you around 4 5,000 at minimum. If you go for a good router, good AP, it will be costing more. So this was my cheap hack to not spend 4 5,000 on that AC router and AP kind of thing. So again, the internet comes from here, fiber connection, and then it comes from here from the rooftop SIM card 5G network. Both of them goes to the WAN port in here, the two yellow connections. Then the network is load balanced. Then it goes to white connection, which is going to this device. This has the DHCP, and then it goes from here to the lower ground floor. You can see there are two LAN cables coming in. One is from the rooftop, and one is going down to the lower floor. And then I have two LAN cable connected here. So these two LAN cables are for my two servers in my home. And the reason why I have it here is I don't want the server to go down if the Wi-Fi goes down, or if the Wi-Fi router is not in the power state or something like that. So I want more stable connection to my servers. So these two cables go to my two servers, and that I'm going to show you next how I'm using those servers and why I have this kind of setup. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing in my rack, which is sitting right above here. I have two old laptops. I won't say it's old, but okay. So this one, the first one, which you can see in silver, has a Core i3. Okay, this one has a Core i3, 8 gigabit of RAM, and this one is connected to the drive, which is here. The This is a WD My Book drive, which is a 6 TB drive. And the other one, which you can see this one, this is a Acer, I believe Aspire 7 or Aspire 5. This one has a Core i5 12th gen processor and a 32 GB of RAM. So this is my primary server, which I'm using for all the Docker related stuff. So Pi-hole, uh, SyncThing, CasaOS, Nginx, Proxy Manager, and things which I showed in the earlier video. So everything goes in here. So this is always on all the time. And this one is just my remote access server. So it only turns on when I have some remote access requirement. I can turn it on from WOL, that is wake on LAN. So I can basically send a packet to this server, and I can turn it on. And once it's on, I can connect it to remotely. So give me a minute. I'm going to show you in the details. So Silver PC has this 6 TB hard drive connected, and this works as my primary NAS. So this is a shared drive on my entire network. I can dump data here. I can do whatever I want to do. Basically, anything which I think should be saved goes here. And then I have three hard drives. Uh, Two of them are from HP. These are from my old work. So this one is 1 TB hard drive from HP, and this one, silver one, is again 1 TB hard drive from HP. And this red one is a 120 GB SSD, which is, I don't know if it's Samsung or some brand uh, of SSD. So this 6 TB NAS is my primary 6 TB hard drive is my primary NAS, and these three. like 1 TB, 1 TB, and 120 GB. All combined gives me about 2 terabyte of hard drive storage. And this is my backup NAS. So anything which is important to me, if I want to save it, for example, if I have something which I do not want to lose, my important personal data, videos or anything which I want to save, basically has a second copy on these drives. And these three drives are connected using something we call mergerfs. It's not actually a file system, it's a abstraction layer on top of your file system. So whatever data you have on the hard drive, those have a particular formatting. For example, this one has a exFAT, and this three has NTFS, I believe, or maybe ext4, I don't remember. But whatever data you have on the hard drive, on top of that you can create a mergerfs drive, which basically will have the same information. Like it will use the underlying hardware, underlying hard drives, and create a storage pool, and then whatever you save into that particular folder will be distributed among these three drives. So all three combined, I have 2 TB of storage, which works as my backup storage for this NAS. In case this NAS goes down and I do not have access to the data on this, I can get the same data from here. How it works is this system is always on. This has all the stuff which I'm using in my network. So this even has pi hole. So for example, network ad blocking, network wide ad blocking, and uh, anything which I need across the network, any Docker container or something like that will go on this silver drive, silver computer. And on the black one, I will have anything which is critical to me. So for example, my VS Code, my development things, Java or any kind of installation or those things will go on the black one. And the black one I can remotely access from anywhere. I can log in into this black laptop from outside my network, and then I will be able to access this. And since I'm logged in into this particular device, I can access anything on my local network because then it's local on the network itself. So these three drives are connected to the black one because this does the backup. And this drive is connected to the silver one. These three drive work for the backup of this drive. And if anything goes wrong, uh, if this system burns or if the hard drive burns, I have a backup copy. Okay, so just wanted to talk a bit more about the mergerfs. So mergerfs provides an abstraction layer above the file system which you already have. So you can have bunch of hard drives which you can combine and then use that hard drive together as if they are single hard drive. So if I show you the details, you can see that the SDA1 has 984 GB size, which is 974 is available. So only 1% is used. If I show for STB, the other hard drive, you will see that it's 100% used. And then what I can show you is for the third hard drive, which is Samsung one, this is again 12% use. But then I also have something which is the mergerfs storage pool, and this will show you that it is a combination of three hard drives. This SDA1, SDA, SDB, and then SDD, all three hard drive combined, it gives me 2.1 TB of storage. So as one hard drive was 100% used and the other one was like other two were partially used. So you can see it's 1.1 TB used, 48%, and then I have rest 52% remaining. Same thing I can also show you in the UI. So you can see that there are three drives. First one is 100% used, second one is partially, and third one is partially used. If I go into the file system, you will see that I can see the files on the drives individually. So I can look at the drives individually, and then if I go to the storage pool, I get the same details here as well. So it's a good way to combine all your hard drive together and then use it. If you want, I can probably create a walkthrough of that as well. But that's all for now. If you like the video, please let me know, give me a thumbs up or comment and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Let me know what else I should create to demonstrate. Thank you. Bye bye.